Do you know you can change Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM without coding? Dynamics 365 sales, marketing, customer service, field service, all these are model driven Power Apps. You can add new tables, fields, forms, and views, and can also customize existing ones easily without code. Use business rules for the conditions, Power Automate for automation, and JavaScript and C Sharp code for advanced logic. In this video, we'll focus more on the tables, also known as entities, forms, and views customization. Let's deep dive further. In this demonstration, we are using Sales Hub and we want to modify some of its components. Let's take a scenario. We want to manage the information of vehicles of the contacts and we want to build this functionality in our Sales Hub application. So we'll see how to achieve this. We'll go to Power Apps, make.powerapps.com. Sales Hub is model driven application and this is in sales demo environment. So we have to choose same environment in Power Apps as well. Sales demo. We'll go to solutions, create new solution. Why are we creating a new solution? Because solution in Power Platform help us to package, manage and deploy component across environments. So it help us in the customization and export import process. Name it like test solution. You can make new publisher or can choose default one. Create. Solution is kind of blank container as of now and we do all the modification in this solution. Let's go back to this application. As we mentioned that we want to manage the vehicles of the contacts and there is no entity like vehicle. As a best practice, we should use standard tables first to see if by modification of some elements or modification of name can help us. We should do modify the standard tables first. For example, some people use company entity to store information of companies. In that case, there's no point to create a new entity like company, better is to rename the account. But in this case, we don't have anything like vehicle, so we need to create a new entity or new table. New table. You can see there are various ways, start with copilot or start blank, from SharePoint, from Excel file. Let's take help of generative AI. Let's do with copilot. Okay, we want to keep one table and small size. Let's generate. Okay, so we got the table. We can modify it further if you want. Like for example, you can see the small key here. So vehicle name is the primary column here. Let's say we want to rename it. Rename. You can see that now it's vehicle number. Please notice that primary column we cannot modify after creation of the table. Other column we can modify, add, remove after the creation. Let me save. Now our table is ready. We can see table or entity. You can see this name ns underscore vehicle is for the developers, but we modify all the attributes from this interface only. So we can see that we can have many vehicles with same person. So relationship between contact and vehicle is 1 to n. So we have to make this relationship in this environment many to one because many vehicle belongs to one contact. Done. So all this happening behind the scene and done by customizer. We have to publish the customization, then end user will see the impact. All the customization in the solution has been published. Let's go to application, open any contact, open any contact. You should see vehicles over here because relationship between content and vehicle is 1 to n. Vehicle, vehicle number, vehicle type. These are dummy values. We can change later on if we want. And year. Let's say there's some predefined vehicle type. We can modify this drop down. Let's save and close. Go to solution again. In vehicles, in columns, we have to choose type, choice, and vehicle type. I want to remove this option. I want to remove this option. I want a new option. Save. I also want to add new column, like maybe cubic capacity, different type of data, text, number, date, time, and many advanced types. Let's choose number over here, whole number. We may give business required, publish, open vehicles, new vehicle, and we can see that we have now modified options based on choice. Please notice that we also added one more column like cubic capacity. It's not visible here because we just created the column behind the scene. If you want to show to end user, you have to make it appear on the forms. So go to vehicle, go to forms, we'll choose the main form. Regarding different types of forms, we'll talk in different video. Okay, we'll find the column here, cubic capacity, and drop down here. Also, this column owner, which is the record owner in the CRM, means who is the user who on this record you want to modify, you want to shift to header of the form. Then we go to review and move this to header. Save and publish. Let's refresh the screen. We can see that owner in the header form. Now we can see cubic capacity, also the red star because we have given cubic capacity as mandatory field. Let me save this one. Please also notice one more thing. On this vehicle form, it's not mentioned it belongs to which contact. As you mentioned earlier, a contact can have many vehicles, but a particular vehicle belongs to a single contact because of relationship of one to one. But we cannot see name of contact to whom this vehicle belongs. So we have to customize this form again. We have to find for contact. Maybe you want to change the label, the person, then publish. Let's refresh the screen again. See now person name is available. You can see all contacts here. The relationship is 1 to n between contact and vehicles. Let me save this record. We'll talk about views in another video. In this view, we can only see all the vehicles that belong to this contact. What if we want to see all vehicles that belongs to all contacts? In that case, we have to modify our sitemap and we have to bring vehicle entity over here. For that case, we will go to sitemap. We'll choose sitemap. So we have to see the application name is Sales Hub. We'll find Sales Hub over here. Sales Hub sitemap. Edit. So we can see that this sitemap is exactly same as this sidebar, sitemap. Let's say we want to add here sub area, entity, vehicle, save, publish. Refresh the screen. Now you can see vehicles over here. Let me remove some dummy values. So now we have these vehicles and some views. We'll talk about more views later on. Create new vehicle from here. You can see the lookup column person, which will show all the contacts. If you want to create a vehicle from here, you can choose contact from this place. If you go to contacts, we'll see option of vehicles from here. And you can create a vehicle for this contact from here. So here you learned today how to create custom tables. Forms customization. Let's talk about different type of forms. The first type of form is main form. Second type of form is quick create form. The third type of form is quick view form. And fourth type of form is card form. We will cover all type of forms one by one. Let's talk about main form first. So we have this solution in Power Platform and this is our custom table vehicle. Behind every form we have one or more tables. Whether we have a standard table or a custom table and we want to work on the forms associated with the table, process is same, either custom table or standard table. Let's go to forms. We can see that we have one main form, information. If you go back to vehicles, we can see that this is the main form. In most business scenarios, one main form is enough. But in some scenario, you require multiple forms for different set of users. Let's create a main form. You can create a form from scratch, or you can also modify existing forms. Let's say a new form, insurance info, create. We'll keep this form very simple. You can notice that newly created form is identical copy of information form. We can modify if required. Like I don't want year, I don't want person, and I want to add a new column here, insurance. Drag and drop here, save and publish. Now you can see that you have two main forms, information, the new one, custom form that we made, insurance info. Let's go back to application, go to vehicles, refresh the screen. Now you can see that we have two forms here, information and insurance info. Let's go back to Power Apps. As I mentioned, the customization of standard form and customized form is same. Let's modify further. We can add more tabs here. In tabs, we have sections. You can see we have different components here, and you can write various components on your forms. Let's see one small sample. Let's go back to this table vehicle and relationship. For a vehicle table, we can have multiple cases. So let's define relationship between vehicle and cases, which is one to many. Back to table, forms. Let's add a component. Cases. Because relationship between vehicle and cases is one to n. Save and publish. You can try different type of components as per your business requirement. Let's refresh the screen. Change your form, insurance info. You will see all the related cases to this vehicle in this subgrid. Let's make a new case from here. So whenever we open any vehicle, we getting two options, information and information info. So we can have multiple forms as per business requirement. There are also some form properties. Let's walk through them. Let's go to form settings. It's your choice to make the form visible to everyone or specific security rules as per business requirement. Form order. When you have multiple forms, in which order you want to show the forms, you can choose from here. You can choose the order from this place. Fallback forms. When you have multiple forms, setting a fallback form ensure users always see a default form if no main form is assigned to their security role, maybe because of some wrong design or something else. Save and publish. Now you can see by default insurance info form is visible to users because we have changed the order to make it appear first. So as per your business requirement, you can make multiple main forms and made available to users via assignment of roles. So this was all about basics of the customization of forms, main form. Now we'll talk about how to create quick create form. New. You can see quick create form option is disabled. So first of all, we have to enable this at the table level. Table, properties, save. Click on forms, new form. Now this option is enabled. Equal, quick, create. Basically, quick create is a basic form optimized for creating new records. Generally, we keep few columns here, and the way we customize is same as main form. Let's say I want to remove year, vehicle type, only these two options. Rest of the process is same. So from customization perspective, quick create and main form are same. Let's talk about quick view form now. You can see that on account form we have contact lookup because relationship between account and contact is 1 to n, and we can see basic information about this contact, about email and business in the quick view form. So this quick view form is not exactly a kind of form, it's kind of control. Now we'll see how to create and use quick view form. Go to forms in vehicle, create new quick view form. Let's give it quick view form. Let's keep it very simple. Save and publish. Let's go back to case entity, because for particular vehicle we can have many cases. Choose the main form. Let's put first vehicle lookup and then component. Quick view component. You want to choose one vehicle. Quick view form. Go back to application. Refresh. Go to cases. Open any case. Let's choose any vehicle here. So as you choose the vehicle, it shows the small section which is the quick view form. If you change the vehicle, you change. So this is the quick view form, a kind of control which is associated with the lookup. Now let's talk about card form now. You can see that this is the active vehicles view. When I move browser and shrink it to some smaller size, I can see my data in this format. This is the card form inside the view. Now let's see how to work with. Go to views, active vehicles, choose to classic, click on custom controls, You notice that in the first three cases, main forms, quick create form, and quick view form, we have used Power Apps Designer. But in this card form, we have to use deprecated old designer. Add control, deprecated read only grid, card form, vehicles. Let's refresh the browser. When you refresh the browser, you will see information in views rows as card form, and it's mainly useful for the mobile devices. So we covered today main forms, quick create form, quick view form, and card form. Different kind of views in model driven apps. Majorly we have three type of views: public views, personal views, and system views. We'll talk about each one by one. You can see on my screen all these are public views for the accounts table or accounts entity. Public views are general purpose views. All users can access them. It's visible to all users. But amount of data visibility depend on the user security role. In general, manager can see the record of his subordinates and his own records, and subordinate can only see their own records. But public views are visible to everybody. With the help of Copilot, now you can also write natural language queries to find data. For example, show me accounts. So we got the output based on natural language query, and all these accounts belong to Redbond. I have option over here, save as new view. I can name them Redmond accounts. If you click here, you can see that small icon here. This icon is for personal view. Personal views are owned by individuals who create them and only visible to that person and other persons if they are shared with other team members or users. For example, all these views are visible to everybody in the organization, but this view is only visible to this user. But we have option here. You can share with other users or team members. You can delete, deactivate personal views. Any user can create personal views. When we click on accounts, it always open my active accounts. If you want this should be default view, you can do that. So whenever next time you open accounts, you will see Redmond accounts by default. If you want rollback, you have option reset default view. We'll talk more about personal views, system views, and public views in demo ahead. You can notice that vehicle is custom table, so it only have two public views, active vehicles and inactive vehicles. So we can make more public views and personal views for this table or entity. Let's go to our solution. Go to table, click on views. You can see that we had two public views, active vehicles and inactive vehicles. If you want, you can modify them. or you can create new views. Let's create a new view. Let's say old vehicles. You can decide which column you want to show. You can also define sorting order. Let's say year wise, and you can also define the filters. Let's say we want to show all the vehicles where year is less than 2015. You can add more conditions and group them as and or. But we're keeping only one condition as of now. Save and publish. So we have mentioned three columns in this view: sorting by year and filtration on the year column. Refresh the screen. Now we have one more public view. Show me vehicles with insurance. So there's only one vehicle with insurance. You can save as new view. You can see that old vehicle is a public view and insurance vehicle is a personal view. It's only visible to me. If I share with other people, they can also see. An old vehicle is public view, is visible to everybody. Apart from number of columns, sorting, filtration, you can also resize columns from here. So we have discussed public views and personal views so far. You can see that we have quick find view, advanced find view, associated view, and lookup view. All these four are special type of system views. We'll talk about them one by one. So what is lookup view and where we can see this? Go to contact, open any contact, open vehicles because we have relationship between vehicle and contact is 1 to n, and add existing vehicle. This is a lookup. When you open the lookup, so this is the vehicle lookup view. As of now, it's showing only two columns, vehicle number and get it on. If you open this thing, the same thing. That you want to add more column, want to remove this column, and sort by maybe cubic capacity. Filter criteria if you want, you can change. Save and publish. Now vehicle number, cubic capacity and year. Refresh. Add existing. Now you can see that our lookup view is modified. Now let's talk about quick find view. Go to vehicles. Let's search by vehicle number. So we are able to find the output based on the vehicle number search. Let me search for the year. So based on the year, it is not able to search because we have to configure quick find column for this search. Let me show you. Click the quick find active vehicles. Here in find by column we have to add more columns. Maybe we want to search by year. Save and publish. Refresh. Let's search by number first. Let's try by year now. Now you can also find by the year value because we have modified find by option in the quick find view. Now we'll talk about associated view. Go to contacts, for any contact, go to vehicles. Because relationship between contact and vehicle is 1 to n, so we have a grid here, vehicles. You can see that this view name is vehicle associated view. This view is here. We can add more column. Remove this one. Putting my assurance maybe. Save and publish. Let's refresh. Now you can see that vehicle associated view is modified. So we have talked about lookup view, quick find view, and associated view. Now we'll talk about advanced find view. It is kind of deprecated, so no longer relevant these days as most of admin enable database search and modern advanced find options. So you can search globally in Dataverse from here. So we have discussed about public views, personal views, and system views. Thank you.